Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
I'm tracking a front that brought severe storms to the deep south last night. I'll show you what happens when it crosses our area today. New traffic pattern. A big shift on Airport Boulevard will open in the next half hour. What you need to know about the changes before your next trip to the airport.
And on to the next one. Duke's men and women are both on their way to the round of 16. Who could join them today and the Tobacco Road showdown that may be in the cards? A couple more women's games today to round out what was a crazy weekend of college basketball, especially right here in Raleigh.
March Madness.
Exactly. But it's a happy Monday. We're glad you're with us. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. And since we're expecting some scattered showers today, I think it'd be good basketball viewing weather. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center tracking a system that's moving across the area. Yeah, definitely good basketball weather. Down in the deep south last night, there was a line of strong thunderstorms, mostly severe thunderstorms, and not a lot of tornado warnings along with this. But notice up here, closer to South Carolina, Georgia, there hasn't been a lot of severe weather here. And that band of rain is, it's not a huge one. This is a look at our hour-by-hour chances for rain. By the time we get to lunchtime, that's going to be our best chance for rain between, say, 11 and 1. And then there could be a few isolated showers or thunderstorms that linger into the afternoon, but they would be truly isolated, and we'll walk through Futurecast for you coming up in just a little bit. Right now, it's mostly cloudy, and our temperature currently 59. Our wind is strong, southwest wind at 13, so that keeps our temperatures warm, and it also keeps a lot of energy in the atmosphere. Our temperatures will hold in the 50s up until around lunchtime, but we will climb to nearly 70 this afternoon.
This morning, a new traffic pattern is in place on Airport Boulevard on I-40. It is now a diverging diamond, which sends cars driving on the left side of the road through the intersection. The idea is to help traffic flow more smoothly through the busy interchange there. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is at the Airport Boulevard area this morning. And Kelsey, the DOT hopes this will improve safety as well.
Yes, Jeff, starting today, folks may notice a change in their morning commute if they are ever driving on Airport Boulevard. So we're expecting that crews will reopen this road here in the next 30 minutes. Sky 5 video shows you all of that construction for this diverging diamond. NCDOT closed the Airport Boulevard Bridge over I-40 to complete the finishing touches last weekend. This will be the fourth diverging diamond in the triangle. It's designed to speed up traffic flow and reduce the chances for crashes. Now, this change has been in the works for years now, but when initially planned, it was expected to cost more than $34 million. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on crews' progress as they try to reopen this road. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Wake County.
Evacuation orders are in place in western North Carolina as 3 wildfires are burning thousands of acres. The North Carolina Forestry Service says fires started in the Green River Gorge area of Polk County. They say the steep terrain is making it challenging to fight the fires. Damage the area suffered from Helene is also making it difficult to access the area. The fires have burned more than 2,300 acres and are 0% contained. A code red air quality alert is in effect for Polk County. A fire in Stokes County, north of the Triad, has burned more than 276 acres. North Carolina Forestry has a crew there helping local responders trying to contain it. Fire officials say weather conditions are hampering their effort. The fire is 50% contained.
South Carolina is under a state of emergency as a wildfire burned more than 1,000 acres at Table Rock State Park. It's in the northwest part of the state. Local sheriff there says the fire was caused by a campfire started by 2 negligent hikers.
Police in Raleigh have not yet made an arrest. Yesterday morning on New Bern Avenue at North Rogers Lane. They found a person who had been shot, and that person was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The investigation blocked the road for hours.
I was sitting over here drinking a cup of coffee. I heard like 3 gunshots, and next thing I know, I didn't hear no sirens or anything, but I went to go pull out and can't get anywhere.
Police have not identified the victim.
We're asking Raleigh police whether 2 crashes that happened just minutes apart and left 3 people dead are connected. The first crash happened at 3:41 yesterday morning on Gorman Street at Kaplan Drive. Police say 23-year-old Pierre-Louis Demorges was on an e-scooter when a driver hit him from behind. Demorges died at the scene. The driver did not stop. And just 3 minutes later, a head-on crash happened on I-40 East near Gorman Street. Police say 27-year-old Jonathan Perry turned onto I-40 from Gorman Street in the wrong direction, and he hit a car being driven by 37-year-old Elena Matthews. Both drivers were killed. Police say Perry had an odor of alcohol and an open container at his feet.
Today, a Wake County man who's facing 10 charges of sexual exploitation of a minor is scheduled for his first court appearance. According to court documents, the charges against 43-year-old Jonathan Levolsi date back to April of last year. It appears an operation from the state's computer crimes unit led to his arrest in Wake Forest. Levolsi is behind bars on a $750,000 bond. Authorities in eastern North Carolina say a man crashed after shooting at Amazon delivery vans. The Lenoir County Sheriff says Laniel Mason shot at 3 Amazon delivery vans around 10:15 Sunday morning. They say he crashed into 3 vehicles 15 minutes later. Deputies say Mason is in critical condition and he faces several charges.
Crews will be on the Tar River in Franklin County once again today, a week now after a boy disappeared in the water there. Crews have been using sonar scans to try to find the 7-year-old boy. They have searched more areas of the water and land with drones and SBI dogs. Divers have now searched more than 11 miles from the point the boy was last seen last Monday.
Today, Ukraine and Russia prepare for a round of peace talks in Saudi Arabia. President Trump says he's confident Ukraine and Russia are close to a ceasefire agreement. Despite this, strikes between the countries are ongoing. Russian airstrikes are targeting Ukraine's energy facilities, and Russia is now accusing the Ukrainians of a retaliatory strike on a gas facility in the Kursk region, which Ukraine denies. International leaders say a deal will only be effective if there are higher consequences for breaking it.
After midnight, we learned who Duke will play in the NCAA tournament round of 16 on the men's side. The top-seeded Blue Devils will play 4-seed Arizona, who beat Oregon in the final game of that round of 32. Duke and Arizona will tip off approximately 9:39 Thursday night in Newark, New Jersey. Duke advanced with an 89-66 win over Baylor yesterday at the Lenovo Center. Fans we talked to on their way out of the game said the atmosphere inside the arena was like a home game for the Blue Devils.
It got real loud when Duke's got up and Duke started like taking over and like getting a couple leads, and it was like, all right.
Got real loud, and it's going to get real. If Duke can get past Arizona, they will play either Alabama or BYU in the round of 8 on Saturday.
The Duke women are also going to the round of 16. They advanced with a 59-53 win over Oregon yesterday at Cameron Indoor Stadium. They will play the winner of today's game between UNC and West Virginia in the next round. UNC and NC State will both be trying to reach the round of 16 today. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live from Reynolds Coliseum at NC State. And Laura, both women's teams will be on their home courts for this round of the tournament.
Renee, good morning. Fans are gearing up for yet another exciting day of women's basketball here at home in the Triangle. Number 2 NC State will face number 7 Michigan State here at Reynolds Coliseum. Now, tip-off is at noon today for the second round of the women's NCAA tournament. NC State is undefeated at home this season. Meanwhile, Michigan State is 5-5 on the road. This comes after NC State crushed Vermont over the weekend, 75-55. Now, over to UNC's women's team. The 3rd-seeded Tar Heels are set to square off with number 6 seed West Virginia in the second round of NCAA play. That game begins at 7 p.m. at Carmichael Arena in Chapel Hill. A spot in the Sweet 16 is on the line for these teams. For UNC, it would be their first trip past the first weekend of the tournament since 2022. And now the winner of this game will take on Duke this Friday in Birmingham. Of course, all eyes are on what happens today. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
We'll have reports later today from Reynolds Coliseum after NC State's game and from Carmichael Arena ahead of UNC's tip-off. Watch WRAL News from 4 to 7:30 this evening.
Starting today, part of Andrew Avenue in Durham will be closed for the next several months. The road will be closed between Alston Avenue and South Holman Street until late June. You see it on the map here. Those crews will be working on water and sewer lines as well as grading construction. Detours will be posted.
Covering Wake County, today you can learn more about how leaders decide the ways they use your tax dollars. The county is holding an information session about the budget process from 10 to 11 this morning at North Regional Library. Another session is scheduled for Thursday night at 6:30 at Eva Perry Regional Library in Apex. More sessions are scheduled for next week.
20 minutes before 5 on your Monday, traveling to Greenland. Second Lady Osha Vance is making that trip this week. The reasons the White House is giving for her visit.
Officially an item. Tiger Woods introduces his new girlfriend in an Instagram post. How the new relationship connects the golfer to the Trump family.
And some showers will be around today. They won't affect your morning commute. This is a live look in Chapel Hill. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is back after the break with the narrow time frame when you will need an umbrella.
I'm tracking up front. This produced some severe storms in the deep south overnight, but notice on the northern end of this where we'll be, we're not seeing any severe storms. I wouldn't expect to see any severe weather today, but our best chance for rain will come right around lunchtime between 11 and 1, but it doesn't end this afternoon. There could be another isolated shower or thunderstorm that pops up, say mid to late afternoon, but the bulk of it will happen right around lunchtime. So keep that in mind if you did have plans to be out around noon. 59 in Durham and Raleigh, 55 in Fayetteville, so it's a fairly mild start this morning. Of course, I would send the kids out with their raincoats or umbrellas. It may be that while they're at school during school hours, they don't have to worry about it too much, but there still could be an isolated shower or storm as they get off the bus. Coming up, we'll talk about how much rain we could see.
Thanks, Elizabeth. 2 people went to the hospital after a serious crash on U.S. Highway 1 in Moore County. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was there on scene near Pine Bluff yesterday afternoon. You can see 2 cars were involved. One of them was so badly damaged it appears to be split in half. Investigators say one person had to be airlifted to a hospital. We're working to get updates on the conditions of the people who were involved in the crash.
A unit in a Raleigh duplex is badly damaged after a car crashed into it. This was the scene captured by the WRAL Breaking News Tracker on Newcomb Road last night. You can see extensive damage there to the corner of that building. We reached out to police for more information about what caused the crash as well as the conditions of the people involved.
A home on East Millbrook Road in Raleigh is badly damaged after a fire. You can see significant damage to the roof as well as broken windows after the fire yesterday morning. There are no reports of anyone hurt. Investigators are trying to figure out the cause.
Second Lady Osha Vance is headed to Greenland this week. The White House says the trip is intended to celebrate Greenland's culture. Vance will watch the country's national dog sled race. Before and after taking office, President Trump expressed interest in taking the island by force or economic coercion, most recently during remarks to a joint set of Congress.
An important statewide change could be coming after a WRAL investigation. A state lawmaker is presenting legislation to create stronger regulations on tattooing in our state. In a previous WRAL news story, we highlighted the 0 training hours required to be permitted to tattoo in North Carolina. State lawmaker Representative Julie Von Hafen saw that story, and after working with the Raleigh tattoo shop owner who sparked our initial investigation, Von Hafen drafted a bill to improve tattoo regulations.
I think if we can get everyone on board with what we're trying to do, that will also raise the support for maybe future requirements.
Tonight at 6 on WRAL, here are the first steps she's proposing to protect tattoo customers and artists.
Take a look at this. A storm brought hail to Texas. This is video from Kerrville, right near San Antonio. Some of the pieces of hail were golf ball sized or larger. A woman took this video of the hail coming down on her roof. You can see it just bouncing off the ground as it hit her backyard there. Texas getting all kinds of weather and all across the deep south. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. We were fortunate to have a really nice weekend.
We were. It was really lovely. And this is going to be just kind of a blip that comes through. I mean, it hasn't been just a blip for parts of the deep south, but for us, we're not likely to see severe storms. We'll see this band of rain move through. Honestly, we really need more rain than what this will bring us. This is going to bring us really just light showers. Let's kick things off with Futurecast here this morning. I saw a few stars out there when I came in, but do expect those clouds to thicken up pretty quickly. At 8:30 this morning, we'll likely start to see a few showers in our western counties, and right there at 10, it kind of breaks up a little bit. It continues to move eastward, though. Right around lunchtime is going to be when we see the bulk of it, especially between, say, 10 and 11, up through around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. After that, there may be just a lingering isolated shower or thunderstorm that pops up during the evening, but notice how it doesn't look very likely. And then we're all clear, really, by the time we get to between 7 and 8 o'clock. Here's a look at downtown Raleigh. Right now, it's 59 degrees, so it is a warm start. We'll hold it in the 50s up until around 10 o'clock or so, when we'll start to see a few showers in our western counties. 55 Roxborough, 55 in Goldsboro, 55 Fayetteville, 57 Southern Pines. Our temperatures are fairly consistent here in the mid-50s to upper 50s. Again, 59 in Raleigh, 54 in Holly Springs, 57 degrees in Garner, 55 in Cary. Wind speeds, it's a bit breezy out there right now, steady out of the south, so it's a very warm flow for us. We're gusting up to 16 in South Hill, and we're likely to see gusts this afternoon up to around 20-25 miles per hour. So it will be windy. We don't have real high fire danger today because we'll see a little bit of rain associated with that. With the rain, we'll see our tree pollen dropping a little bit today back to medium, but it's likely to bounce right back up tomorrow and Wednesday, and really the rest of the week to high. And I've already started to notice a little bit of that yellow pine pollen. I bet a lot of folks did this weekend too. 69 Raleigh, 67 Durham, and 73 in Fayetteville. But we have some cooler nights ahead. Our normal low is 42, and by Thursday morning, we're back into the 30s. I know I was out doing yard work. I was really tempted to start planting something, but it's maybe a little too early. Maybe plan a beach trip. I love that photo from Curie Beach. Let's take a look at our temperatures heading forward. Thursday's going to be a fairly chilly day for us, but check out this coming weekend. Highs in the 80s.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Returning to Raleigh, the Carolina Hurricanes are coming home after their Western road trip. How they wrapped it up with the late night game in Anaheim.
Also in the next half hour, fighting for the Postal Service, how letter carriers are making their voices heard in the face of possible cuts. It's 4:53 right now on your Monday morning as we take a live look. North Hills lit up and beautiful right now. There are some clouds rolling in, though, and some showers on the way within the next few hours here this morning. Today's entertainment news takes us from the vast Pacific Ocean to your home aquarium. David Daniel has the scoop in today's Hollywood Minute.
This is a call from the ancestors.
It's still smooth sailing for Moana 2. After topping $1 billion at the worldwide box office, the sequel has had more than 27 million views in its first 5 days on Disney+.
We go on these long emotional journeys to make this, and you really don't know how people will react to it. But to be there, and for me especially, part of my cultural heritage comes from Samoa, and to be with people from the community that you are celebrating and seeing their reaction and it being so positive is absolutely incredible.
At any given moment, there are 27 million reef wildlife individuals in the aquarium pipeline. The pipeline begins at the point of capture, and it ends when the fish goes belly up in a home aquarium.
The documentary Aquariums, The Dark Hobby claims a high percentage of tropical fish in people's homes die within a year, fueling a constant need for collecting more from the world's oceans. The film shows the vital role of the fish in the health of coral reefs and how the tropical fish trade threatens their existence. Aquariums, The Dark Hobby, produced by Martin Sheen, debuts Tuesday on digital platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The Carolina Hurricanes are coming home from California on a winning note. They beat the Anaheim Ducks last night 5-2. It gets them back on the right side of things after a loss to LA on Saturday that snapped their 8-game winning streak. They'll be back at Lenovo Center tomorrow night when they host the Nashville Predators.
Tiger Woods has made it official. He is dating Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife, Vanessa. Woods posted photos of himself and Vanessa Trump on his Instagram. In the post, he requests privacy as they look forward to their journey through life together. Woods and Trump each have children from previous marriages.
Good news if you love to dance. Researchers say it may be good for your mental health as well as your physical health. A new study found dancing may do more to alleviate stress than working out at the gym. It found dancing with a partner or group provides social support, physical touch, and a sense of connection. All of that triggers the release of hormones that can promote feelings of pleasure and well-being. Some researchers have gone so far as to call dancing a stress vaccine. It is 4:56. Wildfires burning. The challenges firefighters to our west are facing as they try to stop the flames from spreading.
Shooting investigation. What we know about the crime that had New Bern Avenue closed down for hours.
And we'll have steady temperatures this week as you look live at Lewisburg. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with the timeline for rain today and when we can expect our next dose of temperatures in the 80s.